Hi guys, so today we'll be solving this problem called three sums and let's read it. Given an integer array nums, return all the triplets nums of I, nums of j, nums of k such that I is not equal to j, I is not equal to k and j is not equal to k and nums of I plus nums of j plus nums of k equal to 0. Okay, so we've been given an array which might contain negative numbers, 0 or positive numbers. We need to make them into triplets such that their sum is equal to the 0. So the constraint is minus 10 raised to 5 to 10 raised to 5. And if it's empty, we need to return an empty vector. Okay, so it is something similar to what we did in two sums, where we had two numbers, and if the two numbers sum up to a target or maybe sum up to 0, then we need to return that sum, return those numbers, right? So that's what we need to do here too. But here we have three numbers, so the naive approach would be just to run three loops and check if there are three numbers which get the sum 0. But we can do otherwise. Just an optimized way is that we can run a for loop and we can do binary search on the rest of the elements if they sum up to 0 or not, as we can sort it out, sort the elements since it is negative and positive. So uh, we can basically consider all the elements and consider one element and consider the other elements as the ones where we need to do the binary search. Okay, so that's what we are going to follow in this problem. Let's code it and it will be more clear. So first of all, as I told you, we'll be sorting it out. Nums.begin, nums.end. Then I run a for loop on selecting the elements, and nums of I also is less than equal to 0 and I plus plus. So what is this condition is that uh, for me to make the elements at 0, I need at least one negative number to uh, make the positive number as negative. So, or maybe the two positive numbers as negative. So two positive numbers into 0, so I need a negative number 2. So I'll only consider the negative numbers and I'll do a binary search on all the rest of the numbers. So that's what I'm going to do. So let's call this function called DoSum b search, binary search, where I'll be passing nums and I and what else do we need? We need a vector, right? So vector, a 2D vector to send the answer. So result also will be passed, and then we simply return a result here. Okay, then we come to the ToSum binary search. So void ToSum b search, where we have vector int and nums and int I int and vector of vector int results. Okay, all right. So in this one, in this function, what we need to do a binary search on the rest of the elements. So how we're going to do that is that we can consider I as one point and low as everything which is greater than I, and high as the nums dot size minus 1. Okay, so we simply run a binary search where while loop low is less than high, and we have we take a sum because we need to make the sum as 0, right? So sum of all the elements, right? So nums of I plus nums of low plus nums of high. Okay, we consider all of these elements, and if sum is less than 0, we know that we need to increase the low because it's sorted, and we need to go to the right hand side to make the low 0. And else if sum is less greater than 0, then we need to decrease the high. Else we know that we found the sum and we need to push back into the result. So result dot push underscore back nums of I, nums of low, nums of high. Okay, so that's it. Now we need to check for one more condition, which is what if there are duplicate elements. So in this problem, the triplet must not contain duplicate elements. So I need to ensure that we do low plus plus, so that we start from the other, like whenever the duplicate elements of the low are over. So we do one more while loop. Low is less than high, and nums of low is equal to nums of low minus 1. Till that time we do low plus plus. So this will get us out of the duplicate elements. And yeah, that's what we need to do. Let's run the code to see if everything is working fine. Mm, okay, what's the problem? Plus 1. Okay. Mm-hmm. Nums of low plus plus high minus minus. Why it's considering 0 again? I think that's why it is creating a problem. Okay, we need to see what's not working. I think this one 0. So we're doing this. Numbers of I is less than equal to 0. Result low I plus 1, low plus plus, low is less than high. Okay, nums dot size minus 1, low plus 1. What if we do this? Mm-hmm. Actually, this condition is right. That's not a problem. Okay. Hmm. I'm not able to understand what's the problem here. Let's try to see the solution if we can understand it there. Um, okay, where have they used binary search? 2.0. Okay. Hmm. Use of lows. That's what we have done. Yeah. Okay. Okay. We need to also stop it for the duplicate elements. So I is equal to 0 and nums of I minus 1 is not equal to nums of I. Yeah. This is a condition that we need to put to make it uh, stop for the duplicates. Okay. Okay. Got it. This should run. Yeah. And this is accepted. So I hope you guys understood the problem. Do like the video and do subscribe to the channel if you were sticking till here. Thank you.